Doctor Who, Season 15. Ending explained Billie Piper. Is the Doctor now? Wait, what just happened? Did Doctor Who just rewrite everything we thought we knew for the past 62 years? What if I told you? This wasn't just a twist, it was a trap. Billie Piper, is the Doctor now? Wait, what just happened? Did Doctor Who just rewrite everything we thought we knew for the past 62 years? What if I told you? This wasn't just a twist, it was a trap. The Doctor Who fandom is in total chaos after the explosive Season 15 finale, The Reality War. One of the most iconic faces in the show's history, Billie Piper, returns. But she's not Rose Tyler this time. No, she's the Doctor. Or is she? What if I told you this ending wasn't just a surprise, but part of a pattern, a forbidden pattern, one that's been building for decades, across regenerations, across realities, and across timelines the Doctor has sworn to never touch again. So, what just happened? And more importantly, why did they try to keep it hidden from us? Doctor Who. Regenerations are usually cause for celebration, anticipation, even mourning. But not this time. This time something felt different. Something felt wrong. Ncuti Gatwa's 15th Doctor, gone. Billie Piper returns. But not as Rose Tyler. Not even as Bad Wolf. She regenerates from Gatwa. Which means one thing, she is now the 16th Doctor. Let that sink in. But wait, why her? Why now? Why was her return completely hidden from press, teasers, and leaks? We got no trailers, no hints, no BBC reveal event, not even a blurry paparazzi shot. Why would Russell T Davies keep this a secret unless it was dangerous? And that's exactly what fans are starting to whisper. This wasn't just a creative twist, it was a message, a coded rewrite of the very DNA of Doctor Who. First, the idea of Regeneration. The Doctor now splits, doesn't just regenerate. That's right, Gatwa's Doctor may not even be dead. He might still exist somewhere. But the version inside the TARDIS, the version with the regeneration energy, that's the one who becomes Billie Piper. Second, the return of Gallifrey. The Rani tried to restore it. Failed. Omega tried to devour it. Vanished. But the energy from those attempts? It's still swirling through space-time. And who was last seen absorbing it? Billie Piper. Bad Wolf returns. But this time, she's not just guiding the Doctor. She is the Doctor. Third, the Boss. You've heard the name. Rogue whispered it. Meep hinted at it. Now Anita, aka Mrs. Flood, delivers the final chilling message. The Boss says hello. Who is the Boss? A Time Lord? A God? A future version of the Doctor themselves? Or is it you? What if this entire story arc was designed to manipulate the audience, to make you part of the timeline? And now, they're asking you to make a choice. Accept what you saw, or dig deeper. Let's rewind. Remember when Missy, the Master's female form, once called herself Doctor Who? Remember when Peter Capaldi corrected her and said, "Her name's not Doctor Who. My name is Doctor Who." We all laughed. But was that a joke, or a confession? Because now, Billie Piper doesn't just wear the face of Rose Tyler, she wears the title. Doctor Who isn't a mystery anymore. It's an identity, shifting, regenerating, evolving. This isn't a twist, it's a declaration, and it changes everything. But we're not done yet. You saw the regeneration, you saw the twist. But did you miss the one moment, the one chilling frame, where Jodie Whittaker's 13th Doctor warns Ncuti Gatwa? If you do this, the time schism could crack everything. And still, he did it. And what happened next? Reality changed. But here's the thing. What if Billie Piper isn't the 16th Doctor at all? What if she's something worse? Wait, if Billie Piper is the new Doctor, then what happened to Ncuti Gatwa's Time Lord? What if he didn't die? What if he's been split across realities? Wait, if Billie Piper is the new Doctor, then what happened to Ncuti Gatwa's Time Lord? What if he didn't die? What if he's been split across realities? Let's dive deeper. Because what we're looking at might not just be a regeneration, but a fracture in the very rules of Doctor Who. Let's start with the moment Ncuti Gatwa regenerates. It's subtle. Too subtle. The camera lingers on his eyes. He doesn't say a final, "I don't want to go." There's no classic regeneration glow. There's only quiet resignation. Why? Because this wasn't just a regeneration. This was a split, a big generation. Something we've only seen hinted at before, with Tennant's 14th Doctor and Gatwa's 15th existing simultaneously. And now it's happening again. But this time, it's intentional. The Doctor didn't die. He duplicated. So ask yourself, if Billie Piper is now piloting the TARDIS, where is Ncuti Gatwa's version? And what happens when the two meet? Let's talk about the episode Wish World. A fantasy, a glitch, a dream, or a test? In Wish World, the Doctor sees what could have been. A child, a legacy, a new life. But Poppy wasn't just a child of imagination. She was real. She existed across timelines, created through wish energy, yes, but stabilized by the time vortex. And only one being in the universe has that power. The timeless child. That's right. The Doctor created her. And in doing so, broke every law of time. Which leads to this burning question. If the Doctor can create life, can he also create himself again? Did the Doctor regenerate into Billie Piper? Or did he spawn a new version of himself while staying hidden in the multiverse? Omega. A name from Gallifrey's ancient lore. A founder. A fallen god. He appears in the finale not as a villain, but as a symptom. His hunger? It's not for destruction, it's for balance. Omega consumes the corrupted Rani, but spares the Doctor. Why? Because the Doctor isn't corrupted, yet. But Omega knows what's coming. He sees the split. He sees two Doctors. And he knows, only one can survive. Let that sink in. This finale isn't just the end of a season. It's the beginning of a war between versions of the Doctor, each fighting for timeline dominance. Still think Billie Piper's regeneration was random? Think again. The Bad Wolf, the being that transcended space, time, and reality, returns not as a warning, but as a manifestation. Rewind to 2005. Rose Tyler absorbs the time vortex. She becomes Bad Wolf, scattering the phrase across time as a message to herself. Fast forward to 2024. The same face returns, not as Rose, not as Bad Wolf, but as the Doctor herself. She's not scattering messages anymore. She is the message. And what is she saying? I am the one who creates. I am the one who remembers. I am the one who stays. If that's not the Doctor, then what is she? The Forbidden Theory. Is this the end of regeneration? Let's go deeper. Because fans are already asking, is this the beginning of the end of regeneration? Here's what we know. The Doctor has no limits left. The Time Lords gave them more regenerations. They are the timeless child, endless, formless, cosmic. And now, they split. They replicate. So what happens when regeneration is no longer a transition, but a multiplication? What if there are now infinite Doctors, in infinite timelines, all active at once? If that's true, then the next time you see a new face in the TARDIS, it might not be the next Doctor, it might be another one. So far, we've answered one question. Yes, Billie Piper is the Doctor. But here's what we haven't answered. Who gave her that regeneration energy? You one watching. Their name? The boss. So far, we've answered one question. Yes, Billie Piper is the Doctor. But here's what we haven't answered. Who gave her that regeneration energy? Because it wasn't just from Gatwa's Doctor. Someone else helped it happen. Someone ancient. Someone watching. Their name? The boss. Mandatory moment. If you're still watching, this is your only warning. The multiverse collapse is beginning in canon, and every viewer must now become part of the resistance. Mandatory moment. If you're still watching, this is your only warning. The multiverse collapse is beginning in canon, and every viewer must now become part of the resistance. The Doctor has regenerated for the last time. Or has he? What if the next season of Doctor Who is not about saving the universe, but escaping it? The Doctor has regenerated for the last time. Or has he? Keep watching, because the biggest secret is still waiting to be uncovered. Billie Piper's return is not just nostalgia. You thought she was back just for fan service? Think again. Billie Piper's transformation into the 16th Doctor marks the first time a former companion has become the Doctor herself. But look deeper. Billie is not just the 16th. She is Rose Tyler, the bad wolf, the link between universes, the first person to change the Doctor emotionally. So what happens when she becomes the one rewriting reality? Answer: everything breaks. The final season. Theory. What they don't want you to know. Let's talk facts. A BBC internal leak in April 2025 revealed a shocking production document, internally labeled DW Final Run, codename The Loop Breaker. While Russell T Davies dismissed it publicly as fan nonsense, sources inside the BBC confirmed multiple endings were filmed. Billie Piper's casting was locked months before Ncuti Gatwa filmed his final scene. The season finale was originally titled The Last Regeneration. Why all the secrecy? Because this could be the end of Doctor Who, as we know it. The Doctor isn't dying, they're escaping. You heard that right. The regeneration isn't a death, it's a door. What if the boss wasn't trying to destroy the universe? What if it's trying to free the Doctor from it? Let's piece it together. The time vortex is collapsing. Gallifrey is lost, then rebuilt, then lost again. The Doctor is tired. Now add this. The TARDIS is breaking down. Companions are forgetting timelines. Big generation has consequences. The Doctor isn't just regenerating anymore. He's breaking the rules of his own reality. Every version of the Doctor is merging. This theory goes deeper than you think. Billie Piper's face emerging at the end of season 15 wasn't a coincidence. She represents all of them. The warrior rage of John Hurt, the sorrow of David Tennant, the chaos of Matt Smith, the fire of Jodie Whittaker, the wisdom of Gatwa. Billie's 16th Doctor isn't a new version. She's the culmination of every version. The final form. The one who remembers everything. And she's not running from anything. She's running towards something. The Doctor's final mission. Find the origin. It's hinted only once, in the closing seconds of The Reality War. As the 16th Doctor, Billie, stares out into space, she whispers, "It's time to go back to where it all began." That's not Gallifrey. That's not Earth. That's not even the vortex. That's the origin. The first moment. The reason why the Doctor exists at all. And guess who guards it? The boss. The Doctor may not be the hero of the final story. Here's the ultimate twist. What if the Doctor is not the hero of the last story? What if the boss has been trying to stop the Doctor for good reason? Think about it. The Doctor breaks timelines, interferes with evolution, cheats death, defies causality. Maybe the boss is trying to protect the multiverse from the one person who can destroy it, the Doctor. And in season 16, the final arc won't be about defeating a villain. It will be about choosing to stop being the Doctor. A final message or a warning? Here's what we know for sure. Billie Piper is the 16th Doctor. Russell T Davies has scripted a 3-part arc called The Door, The Origin, and The Answer. The phrase, "the loop ends with you," appears in BBC teaser documents and prop designs. This isn't a soft reboot. This is the end of the story. But not the end of the universe. The Doctor isn't dying. The Doctor is evolving into something else. If you've made it this far, then you are officially part of the Loop Watchers. Subscribe right now so you're not erased when the timelines collapse. And drop a comment that just says,